Peter Carter. This was his graph on, you know, it's not even like we have to look at them so close from Climate Reanalyzer, Jen. It's like the same, up.
Every graph that you look at, no matter what it's measuring, is going up and it's going off the scale. So again, here we are, 21.8 C or 85 C, and that was on July 5th, and that was the hottest temperature
Mm-hmm.
ever,
Globally, global
ever
temperatures.
globally. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you
And
average it all.
here's another
And then
view.
you can see, yeah,
Oh, wait, we
yeah.
can go back. We can go
Well,
back.
it's okay. It's just like that drill down. You can see it's really breaking away on top of that black line, just to kind of show you how quickly it's going out of the norm now. It's kind of like,
Freaking
that's
them
it.
out on the scientists out.
Oh,
And
yes.
here's just more
This one.
versions of the same thing. Last we showed you the last week we showed you this, the temperature anomaly. This is from the 6th yesterday from Climate Reanalyzer, 1979 to 2000 base, but this is what's happening, now. That's the comparison. And
Mm-hmm.
again, just look up. The anomaly, a positive.
So bad.
Yeah, see the
So
anomaly.
bad. I mean, that's
Like
scary. That's
this,
actually good.
okay? So this is the temperature in Algeria in Adrar, but this was at night. There's no respite. There's no cooling down. This was at night. And that's what stood out. And then we move on, and I picked out Alexander. He's another climate scientist, and how exceptional is global temperature over the last few days? Actually, we might be challenging even the last interglacial period, the Eemian, 130,000 years ago, regarding average and highly uncertain reconstructions. Current temperature are not far from the peak Eemian temperatures. It's a little spooky when you get into those terms.
It is.
So you see,
God.
Jen, on the bottom, they show the estimated average global temperature for the last interglacial Eemian period, and then and they use from different years. These are the attributions here, and then the centennially smoothed Holocene temperature and the 11-year mean of modern data as anomalies relative to 1880 to 1920, which the other graphs also used. Vertical downward arrows indicate likely overestimates. Okay, so it's very interesting, but look where we are now.
It's so scary. Oh my
And
God. I
I'm
mean, when you
laughing out of
see that
nerves.
escalation, look at that. It just goes zoop, and it's not showing any signs of abating, you know?
No,
Haven't
of
really
course not.
even begun.
And then we go to the oceans. And it's not that much different than obviously last week, but you see the little spikes, the ebbs and flows. But this is 2023. The oceans are hot. Psst, hot.
I mean, really
They're
a lot
hot.
different. Really a lot different than it was before. Holy crap, this is intense.
Yeah, I
Oh my
know.
God.
I know. But guess what, guys? Guess where we're going next?
Mm.
We're going to Florida. And I am going to get this ready, and we're going to hear Florida news.
No break from the heat just yet here in Central Florida.
Here's a look at the feels like temperatures outside right now. And of course, remember, some areas have seen some rain. So there it is, 104 in Sanford, 105 in DeLand. These are going to be for Friday. This week, we set a new record for the hottest day ever recorded on Earth.
West 2's Marlene Martinez spoke with a professor at Rollins College who has written 3 books on climate change about what this all means for us moving forward.
Terry Stoves has been fishing at Lake Monroe for 20 years.
No bites yet?
No, we got a couple of little bites, but nothing much.
He says the past couple years have been different.
The heat has been tremendous.
That's why he tries to get out here early.
It is affecting the fish, though, especially in the shallow water here.
It's not just Terry who's feeling the heat, but millions of others. According to NOAA, 38 million Americans were under some sort of heat alert on Wednesday. That comes after the Earth saw its hottest day on record on Wednesday and Tuesday, an average temperature of nearly 63 degrees across the globe.
And we're going to have to make some changes.
We spoke with Mike Gunter, a political science professor at Rollins College. He's written 3 books on climate change, including The Uneven Impact to Communities That Have Less Money.
And so we're seeing higher rates of ambulance calls, higher rates of heat stroke.
Gunter says the change in our climate is underscoring the importance for people to make a change.
We're making it much more likely that we'll have extreme weather, extreme heat, like we've been seeing. The greenhouse gases that we're pumping in to the atmosphere.
Gunter encourages folks to look at how they can live differently, like considering solar and different transportation options.
Think about what can we do tomorrow, next week, next year to help minimize these future threats of high temperatures.
In Seminole County, Marlene Martinez, WESH 2 News.
So there you go. That was Florida.
Wow.
But guess what, Jennifer?
What?
We're getting saved.
Oh, good. I'm relieved. Really,
Dr.
I was getting
Dr. Patrick Brown, the eco-modernists are going to save us. And in fact, he says, my biggest issue with the eye-catching visual below is that it makes it seem like humans only thrive within a very narrow 1C range. But if we look across space today, from the coldest to the hottest country capitals, our settlements range over 31C, which is 56F, hardly a narrow niche. Now, let me tell you about him. And you look at Khartoum and what they put down for Khartoum as the 30C, the annual mean temperature in Khartoum. Well, I looked at Khartoum, and today Khartoum was 101 degrees. But what he's failing to say is that if it's that now, what's it going to be in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever? He's not saying that. And then,
well, he also doesn't mention that crops stop photosynthesizing at 104 degrees Fahrenheit. I mean, if it hits 104 degrees day after day in the crop fields, your wheat crop or whatever grain you're trying to grow for your people is not going, it's going to fail, so.
Exactly. And then they were talking about Mongolia being cold. But even the cold climates this year, and we're seeing the countries that are having hot weather in the winter, Australia and Spain. You'll see. We know it's insane. So it's figures. They're from the Breakthrough Institute, and it's good old Ted Nordhaus who wrote the book with Michael Schellenberger. And they figure that, technological breakthroughs are going to save us, and nuclear, that's what's going to save us.
I'm relieved.
Yeah. Let's take a big deep breath. Then we'll move on
You're
to...
saved.
Yeah, right? Then we'll move on to NASA. And I don't know if you guys can read everything. I didn't realize that the color... Oh, there you go. I think it's
nice.
better now. Okay, so NASA, which I think is more level-headed than what we were seeing with the eco-modernists, although, they mean well. They believe what they want for the world. Unofficial records suggest that in recent days, the global average temperature was the warmest that has ever been directly measured. What does that mean? Jen, can you see it?
No, I can't read it,
Okay,
unfortunately. Okay. So you'll have to take care. It
so
means
what does
that
it mean?
we are so fucked. It means we are so fucked. That's what it means. Honestly, just really.
Yeah, she's got it. Yep. Okay, that's what it means. Oh, okay, we'll give that a hand. July 4th and 5th had the warmest global temperature since 1979, according to an estimate by the University of Maine's Climate Reanalyzer, which compiles daily climate data from around the world. So heat waves are currently affecting both land and ocean, with unusually warm temperatures in the southern U.S., Canada, Greenland, Russia, and Antarctica. Mm-hmm. The global average temperature on July 4th And fifth was 62.92 degrees Fahrenheit or 17.18 Celsius. NASA uses both short and long-term data to understand the Earth's climate. Global thermometer records go back to around 1880, but our planet holds climate clues dating back more than 3 million years. So researchers at NASA and elsewhere, they use evidence of past climate contained in rock layers, polar ice sheets, lake beds, and more. Our long-term view of Earth's climate system gives us important context to understand our current and future climate. So this is what this was their graphic I saw first, and I wanted to, at least explain it. So, and that's what I got in the slideshow. Yay!